About a week ago, I received an email from a viewer who proposed an interesting comparison to me. We talk a lot about television ratings here on the channel. I am fascinated with TV ratings. The mainstream media, they like to tell us that ratings no longer matter until something fits their narrative. When ratings are high for something that the media promotes or endorses, that's all they want to talk about. When ratings are low, which is the case most of the time for woke programming, the media likes to claim ratings just don't matter anymore. If you're a TV network, ratings are the only thing that matter. It's how the network generates revenue. They sell spots to advertisers. The amount of money they receive for those ad spots depends on viewership and the demographics. The amount of money sports leagues are able to command for their broadcast rights. It is entirely dependent on the ratings that they draw. The usual excuses for low ratings are null and void when it comes to sports and live programming. Live programming is at a premium right now for television networks. Why do you think something like the WWE is able to demand nearly $1 billion every year in media rights deals? 52 weeks a year, they give USA, they give Fox live programming. No breaks, no off season. Every Monday and Friday night, WWE's producing a live show. Like I said, about a week ago, someone asked for my feedback on ratings, and he offered a good comparison, a comparison that I hadn't thought about. I shit on the WNBA and their ratings every week, but it's hard to find something to compare them to. This viewer suggested that I compare ratings for the WNBA regular season to ratings for the NBA Summer League. I was like, that's a great idea. That's one hell of a fair comparison. The NBA Summer League is essentially meaningless, much like the WNBA regular season. There are little to no stars playing in Summer League, just like there are no stars in the WNBA. The WNBA, they're filled with woke welfare recipients who perform stand-up comedy for their audience by airballing free throws and missing 3-foot jump shots. I waited a week to get to this topic because I wanted to have plenty of samples of NBA Summer League games. With Summer League ending today, the championships being played today, I figured now is the perfect time to compare the ratings. ESPN is supposedly dedicated to the WNBA. Ooh, they want America to fall in love with this league. Tune in Tuesday night as bearded Brianna and the Seattle Shitfucks take on Larry Cambridge and the Men of Los Angeles. ESPN and the mainstream media, they relentlessly promote the dump. Last weekend, all we heard about was the spectacle of WNBA All-Star Weekend. It was magical. It was intimate. This league is moving on up. The skills competition went from being held in a parking lot to being held in a high school gym. Now, to be fair, NBA Summer League, it receives a fair amount of coverage from the media, but it's mostly a blip on the mainstream radar. Hell, I've seen more media coverage of the Drew League recently than coverage for NBA Summer League. And that's mainly because LeBron James made his triumphant return after not playing in the Drew League for 10 years. Television networks, they're going to air programming that draws the largest audience. It's the reason ESPN bumped the WNBA for Wimbledon last weekend. It's also the reason ESPN hasn't aired a WNBA game since the 4th of July, and they're not going to air another one until July 30th. When I saw that large of a gap in the schedule, I was immediately confused. I thought ESPN and the WNBA were goombas. I thought they were woke lovers. That's no way to treat your lover. If you went 4 weeks without showing your wife or girlfriend any attention, would she remain in the relationship? Most women want your attention every day. ESPN's treating the WNBA like second-class citizens or like residents of a dump. We're going to put you on the shelf for 4 weeks while we play butt bongo with our first love. We're in the middle of July. This is supposedly time for the WNBA to shine. There's not supposed to be any competition. This is the reason the WNBA scheduled their regular season for this time of the year. What could possibly be so important that ESPN would go 4 weeks without airing one fucking game from the local dump? What's so important? The Home Run Derby in Major League Baseball. Rookies report to NFL training camp this week, with veterans filtering in over the next week or so. And Summer League runs for 10 days. The WNBA was essentially booted off of ESPN, their home, so the network could air as many Summer League games as possible. Could you imagine the NBA in the middle of their regular season being thrown off the air for an entire month so ESPN could air the NHL preseason instead? Unless you're a hardcore fan of basketball, there's absolutely no reason to watch the NBA Summer League. I love the NBA. I don't watch Summer League. The only time I watched is when Zion Williamson was playing for New Orleans his rookie season. Other than watching a star rookie or second-year player, why the fuck would I waste my time watching a meaningless basketball game? Can anyone tell me who the Summer League champion was last year? Hell, can you tell me who played in the Summer League last year or who's playing in it this year? The only kid I've heard about is Chet Holmgren. I pulled ratings from ESPN and NBA TV, and the results were not surprising. NBA Summer League is far more popular than the WNBA regular season. In some cases, they are dominating the WNBA regular season. We have been following WNBA ratings all season long. NBA TV, they have aired live footage from the dump 13 times, 13 opportunities on national television for the WNBA to showcase their accommodations at the dump. Look over here, we had this nice refrigerator for shelter when it rains. If you prefer a view of the night sky, we have this washing machine missing its lid. 13 opportunities to draw an audience on national TV, and 12 of those times the WNBA has failed to crack the top 150 on cable. Ratings are so low, Nielsen can't record the number. But KC, most people don't have access to NBA TV. You can't expect the WNBA to draw an audience on that shitty network. Well, somehow the NBA Summer League managed to draw some semblance of an audience. Matter of fact, they draw a larger audience on NBA TV than Bomani Jones. July 7th, 112,000 and 123,000 viewers. July 9th, 85 and 95,000. Now, don't get me wrong. Those ratings are shit, but there's no expectation for Summer League to draw ratings. This is more of an indictment on the WNBA. Your regular season can't generate enough interest to capture the attention of 90,000 people. The one time they managed to crack the top 150 on NBA TV, they came in at number 147, drawing 75,000 viewers. Now let's move on over to ESPN, the supposed home of the WNBA. Of course, they've been kicked out of their house to make room for Summer League, and you're about to see why. June 28th, WNBA draws 170,000 on ESPN2. July 2nd, 305,000 on ESPN, and 159,000 for something called WNBA Special. What was this special? My sources tell me ESPN aired footage of Natasha Cloud and Liz Cambridge digging through garbage to see who could find the most food. It was like a relay race or something you'd see on The Challenge on MTV. July 3rd, 392,000 on ESPN, which that's a good number for the WNBA. July 4th, 285,000. Now let's get to the Summer League. July 9th, 415,000 on ESPN2, 433,000 on ESPN. Both games ranked in the top 10 on cable that day. July 7th, 249,000. July 8th, 391,000 on ESPN2. July 12th, 344,000. Now I could keep going. Most Summer League games are drawing above the WNBA regular season average, with the least watched falling between 2 and 250,000 viewers. ESPN can claim all they want, that they are dedicated to the WNBA. We are all in. We are dedicated to these women. We will not allow another network to steal our broadcast rights of airing exciting action from the porta potties. Actions speak louder than words. People can and will say anything, but their actions show their truth. When you're in a relationship with someone, you judge their perception of you and the relationship based off of their actions. If your girlfriend supports you, if she's constantly posting pictures and messages on social media about you, she holds up her end of the house chores. When she's not around you, she's texting you, always vying for your attention. If this is the case, you know you have a dedicated girlfriend, a partner dedicated to you in the relationship. Now, if she constantly says she will do all those things and she does the complete opposite, you're in trouble. When you're not around, she's probably banging Peter Porncock or the Pepperidge Farm guy. Now, which of these analogies best describes the relationship between ESPN and the WNBA? They say they're dedicated. They say they want the WNBA to prosper. They say they're committed to this relationship. But look at their actions. They bumped WNBA coverage last weekend because Wimbledon went over its time slot. In the time of year where there should be zero competition, zero reason not to showcase their woke lovers, ESPN hides the WNBA in a fucking closet for 4 weeks. Ladies, chill in here for a while. We will let you out once we run out of cornhole tournaments to air. I saw last week where they are once again putting pressure on the WNBA front office to upgrade travel accommodations for the players. This time it was coming from Becky Hammon, who I actually hold in high regard. I have a lot of respect for Becky Hammon. But travel accommodations, that should be the last thing she's worried about right now. Your league struggles to draw flies to a fresh turd. Outside of Seattle, attendance across the WNBA is catastrophic. Becky Hammon's team in Las Vegas, they fill their arena to 60-70% capacity, and that's considered good. You need to be worried about this dump turning a profit, not finding more ways to waste money. This league is an abject failure, a disaster of epic proportions. But don't worry, Bomani Jones. Have no fear. You know I cannot take the crown of huge embarrassing failure away from Bobo just yet. The woke welfare recipients in the WNBA, they can rest easy at night knowing they draw 2, sometimes 3 times the audience that Bobo draws on HBO. Like I always say, no one does failure like Bomani Jones. But let me know what you think. NBA Summer League outdraws the WNBA regular season. ESPN bumps the league off the air for an entire month to showcase Wimbledon, Summer League, cornhole tournaments. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.